Welcome to Around the Conference. I am Barrington Brennan, sitting in for Pastor Paul Scavala, our host. Around the Conference comes to you each week to bring news and information of exciting events coming up. And today, we're excited to have with us Ian Sean Greene, a native of South Andros, a resident of San Salvador and Nassau, and the president of the Adventist Services and Layman's Industries here in the Bahamas. Yes. Welcome to Around the Conference, Ian Greene.
Good to be here, sir.
And you're here because you are the president of ASI, which means Adventist
Laymen
and Services and Industries of the Seventh-day Adventist Church. ASI began in around 1945 in the Adventist Church, and it is in just about every major country around the world. Chapters, that is. One of the unique organizations within the Seventh-day Adventist Church. In the Bahamas, we have Ian Greene. Ian Greene is the president of ASI in the South Bahamas.
Yes.
And you're also the president of?
The Union, which covers the 4 territories.
That is, he's the president of the Atlantic Caribbean Union Territory, yes, which is the South and North Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and Cayman.
You got it.
That means there's an umbrella organization that coordinates the other 4.
Yes.
So, okay. And you are here because a number of reasons. One, there is an upcoming event.
Yes.
Could you please tell us about that?
Listen here, I'm excited every year when we hear about ASI convention. And this year, our convention will be in Cancun, Mexico.
Cancun, Mexico. I've never been there.
Well, we're praying that you join us this year because the dates are the 5th of August through the 13th. And we are not just inviting persons who are just regular members, you know. This ASI is revamping, and we are adding pastors. We're adding pastors to our organization, so we're inviting laymen and pastors because before a pastor is a pastor, he's always a lay person by God's grace. And so we are doing a little shift in things and how we used to do them. So right now, we are at the, what should I say? We are at the beginning of a new era in ASI.
That's here in the Bahamas, South Bahamas Conference.
Here in the South Bahamas Conference and in the Union.
Okay. So we have ASI, and there is a convention coming up in Cancun, Mexico, August 5 to 13 this year. So I'm taking for granted there's one every year.
Yes, sir.
So did you go to the one last year?
Oh, yes. Last year we went to Panama, an extraordinary city, and let me tell you something, everything was really good. The hotels are always normally 5-star, and when you get to convention, there's a lot of buzzing. We probably had almost 2,000 person there last year. It was one of the large ones. And our district, which we call ourselves Bahama Chapter, ASI Bahamas Chapter, we carried over 32 members for the first time ever.
And you were there, that was your first convention in Panama? First ASI convention?
That was my very first ASI convention.
Okay. And you sound like a very experienced man now, an ASI.
After one convention, I loved it. I went online, I tracked down all the conventions and what they did over the years, and let me tell you something, it's very exciting. Last year convention, one thing that I remember for sure, there was an elderly couple, I believe there was a retired pastor and his wife. They started something called Grace, and what they did with this Grace chapter was they started to raise a lot of funds, and they take about $1,500 to $2,000, and they would sponsor individuals who want to start a business of any kind. Okay. And that inspired us to do our 100 backyard farming sponsor.
Oh, now you brought up the farming now. You're saying that ASI is going to sponsor backyard farming? You mean it's in the back of your own yard, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
it's
not in the back of someone else's yard,
not in the back
right?
of somebody else's.
So tell us about that.
So anyone who has a side yard, a backyard, or even if you want to do it in the front yard, but we term it backyard farming because, you know, that's just how it is in the Bahamas. What we want to do is, especially with our retired persons who have some more time than the average person, we want to take them and train them. We want to build the unit that we have designed, which have about 5 units designed for backyard farming. They can walk around and maneuver through these units easily and just plant the seeds and water them and reap the harvest. It is that simple. And we have farmers who are willing to assist us with this.
Okay, so we end up having our own organic products, tomatoes and carrots and callaloo and Swiss chard and cauliflower, and beans and butter beans and red beans and spinach
Yes, sir.
and boiled corn,
And all the
yam
rest
and
of it.
cassava. So ASI is endeavoring to change the lives of individuals in South Bahamas. Now, Brother Ian Greene, as I say, is a native of South Andros.
Yes, sir.
Spent 25 years in Salvador.
Yes, sir.
And grew up in Nassau. And you here, what makes you the president of ASI? Because you are a professional businessman. Could you tell us briefly what you do?
Okay.
Your living,
Yes, sir.
bringing bread and butter to your table with some little soy meat sometimes.
Yes,
and
sir. Well, by profession, I'm a contractor, which means I build. I'm a general contractor, sorry, which means I build houses, curbs. We do roof, sidewalk, sheetrock. Basically, we do the ground up, any building ground up, and that's what we call a general contractor.
How long have you been doing that?
I've been a general contractor for probably about 20 years now.
Wow.
And before that,
You don't look around that age. You know?
God bless my heart.
You look like you're just coming up on 20.
Praise the Lord.
I mean, you really look young. Okay, but that's good. And you enjoy building.
Oh, yes.
And so you also are passionate about sharing your gifts and talents with others.
Yes, and one of our missions in ASI is sharing Christ in the marketplace.
And you want to talk about that for us?
Yes. Basically, any worker that has a job has a responsibility if they're a Christian, especially a Seventh-day Adventist Christian. Our priority is always not our job first, but sharing Christ on our job first. And then, in order to share Christ on your job first, guess what you must do? You must actually place your job as if Christ told you to do that job. By being a unique employee, you put yourself at the rank of somebody who represents Christ. And basically, that's what all of us has to do in the marketplace,
Okay.
whether you own the business or whether you work for somebody.
Okay. So let's talk about membership briefly.
Yes,
How do you become a member of ASI? Is there an application form? Is there opening fee or things like that?
Yes, we have an
And what are the
application.
qualifications to be a member?
We have an application form, and on that application form, most definitely you have to be an Adventist, first and foremost. Secondly, you have to be in good and regular standing. So basically what we do is we go from church to church with our membership drive, and we are relying on the pastors and the elders in the church so that when the forms come to us and we can make a decision on adding those folks to our membership core, obviously we have a signature for an elder, or if the pastor is missing, an elder can sign. But more importantly, we would prefer to have a pastor if he's there at that church. So before we take on members, we must know that they are in good and regular standing with that particular church.
Is there an annual fee or introductory fee for membership in ASI?
There is an annual fee in ASI, and the fees goes as we try to make it simple because we have so much categories in work. We say those who own a business, $300. Those who are business professional, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, but you don't own the business, $150. Banker, $150. Those who make a minimum salary, I think it's below $1,800 a month, we do $100 per annum. And then we have the retiree program. We ask the retirees to contribute $50 per year. And we also have a collegiate and a junior ASI. The collegiate ones, we just ask them for $35 a year. Basically, there's no dues for the collegiate and the junior ASI because in those two categories, ASI will be doing sponsorship for them.
Okay. Are there any other programs you would like to share about ASI?
Yes, sir. We have a very interesting program for this particular union, and it's based on all the 4 fields doing the same thing. We want to start an ASI Plaza and an ASI Credit Union. Like I said in several times before, we have all the talent in the church, we have all the resources in the church, but we have not come together and pool the resources as yet. This will be the first time we are collecting all the resources of the church, the entire church, and we're pooling it together to come together to do a global business, if you may allow me to say. We're going to reduce the cost of food through our food plaza. So where a 5-pound pack of rice may cost $3.50 in the other stores, we can sell that for $2.50. Because we're going to work on the process of volume, not just the cost of moving one item, but moving many of the same items over our shelves.
So let me clarify. Are you saying that one of the goals of ASI is to actually have a complex like the Mall of Marathon, maybe not that large, but a building
Yes.
that is the ASI Plaza to house different businesses?
Well, basically that plaza will only house food for now. We have
Different food businesses? Or?
Actually that plaza will house just like a general food store, like a Solomon's or supermarket.
I got it.
Yeah, and inside that particular plaza, we want to put our credit union in the heart of that plaza.
Okay.
We don't want our credit union to be on the outside. We want it to be on the inside of the plaza.
Okay.
But now here's the interesting part. We have about 10,000 members who are working in our church. We're asking them to contribute $10 a week for 3 years. And when they do that, they have automatic ownership in the plaza and the credit union.
That's $10. That's separate from the annual fee.
That's separate from the annual fee.
That's towards the plaza.
Yes, because the annual fee goes towards ASI operation, and 1/3 of that normally goes towards the union, and 1/3 normally goes towards the division. So we don't get to keep all of that to operations in ASI. But the good thing with the $10, what the $10 will do for ASI is it will give us the momentum to generate funds to start our plaza and our credit union. And members of ASI will have ownership in it for the first time ever.
Oh, wonderful. You're watching Around the Conference, and we're interviewing Ian Greene, an enthusiastic Adventist layperson who's the president of ASI. And we're going to take a break, and we'll come back and talk some more.
Under her guidance, this college was established. Self-supporting, inspiring, educating, the foundation was laid. Ministries sprang up all over the world. Lay members and church leaders burned to join ministry with the church. ASI was born. Today, ASI continues with the example of the Apostle Paul, sharing Jesus Christ in the marketplace. Business professionals were needed on the team, and as ministry and business united in their efforts, a dynamic network was formed. Every day, ASI members and ministries carry the light to mission fields across the North American division and the whole world.
It's important to be a part of ASI because I'm able to share my gifts with a team of people in so many ways worldwide. It's not just a blessing to the people I teach, it's a blessing to me as well.
Building a one-day church is a really special experience because you get to come in here and these people sometimes don't even have a church. They value the church so much. And building it, it's a good build. It's not hard. I didn't have to go through any special training to do it, but the rewards from it are incredible. It's such an experience.
It's a great opportunity to be part of ASI as a business because it's God who gave us these businesses in the first place. And now being a part of the ASI family, I can work together in a strategic way to use my business to multiply the kingdom of God in a way that I never could have done before.
Healing, teaching, training, sharing, proclaiming, building faith, restoring. This is what we do. We are a team in business and ministry, together, focused on Christ, passionate about the mission of the church, just like you. Join us in spreading the light of the Advent message to the world. What the world needs is Jesus. Remember.
Welcome back to Around the Conference. I am Barrington Brennan, sitting in for Pastor Paul Scavala, our host. We have been talking about ASI, and I have here in the studio our guest. He is Ian Greene, a native of South Andres, a resident of San Salvador, and birthplace Nassau, Bahamas.
Amen.
And he's the president of ASI. And let's once again remind the viewers, what is ASI?
Adventists, Layman Services and Industries.
Adventist Layman Services and Industries, although it has only ASI, the L comes in there.
Yes.
And it was organized in 1945 by the General Conference of Seventh-day Adventists for the purpose of garnering the strength of businesses, Adventist businesses around the world in the Adventist Church. And we have a chapter here, and you're the president of the Bahamas chapter.
Yes.
As of when?
As of last year, January.
Could you tell us some of the previous chapters, presidents? Do you remember any one of them before?
Yes, I definitely remember Isaac Colley.
Isaac Colley.
And then I believe there was Dr. Elvira Higgs.
Okay, so we've had chapters before. Now you here with a new vision. You're the president of the South Bahamas Conference ASI chapter.
Yes.
And I understand you're the president of the Union's umbrella organization, am I correct?
Yes, the Atlantic Caribbean Union, which covers the South Bahamas, the North Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and Cayman Islands.
So at the Union, meaning those areas, you're coordinating those chapters within those territories,
Yes.
Bahamas, North and South Bahamas, Turks and Caicos, and Cayman.
Yes.
Have you been able to travel to any of them yet?
Not yet, but our trip start for next month. We go to Grand Bahama. The month after that, we go to Turks and Caicos, and very shortly after that, we go to Cayman.
And some people are watching in Grand Bahama, of this event, and it's also on our YouTube channel.
Yes,
on
okay.
the southbahamasconference.org. We keep all our news stuff there, so you can find out about this. So you're here today. You've been sharing about ASI Bahamas chapter.
Yes.
And you said convention will be in Mexico, Cancun, Mexico.
Cancun, Mexico.
And when is the date?
That's the 5th of August through the 13th of August. Our chapter will be traveling there.
Okay. Now, and that means the Inter-American Division, broad umbrella for the 4 million Adventists,
Yes.
is coordinating that event in Cancun, Mexico.
Yes.
And how many are you hoping to have from the Bahamas to go to Mexico?
Well, this year we're expecting a minimum of 100 from the South Bahamas
A
Conference.
minimum of 100.
And here's how we plan on doing that.
Okay.
For the first time ever, we're asking the churches to sponsor at least 2 delegates. And of course, when you sponsor 2 delegates in a medium church or 3 or 4 in a large church, we can easily attain that number of 100.
Okay, we have 50 churches in the Bahamas, 25 in the South Bahamas,
Yes.
and 25 in New Providence alone.
Yes.
Okay. Now, you have a dream for ASI. We've shared some of them in the beginning.
Okay.
Would you elaborate more on the other dreams or plans for the future of ASI?
Yes, we have some long-term goals, and our Plaza and our credit union, once they are on the ground and moving, they will actually fund a lot of other projects that we have in mind, and one of them being our Bahamas Academy in the North and the South. We take special grants from government and people, and that is about $1 million a year. And one of the things ASI wants to accomplish is that we want to reduce or eradicate that $1 million in grant that we need to run Bahamas Academies.
Okay.
Here's one of the visions that we want to do. We want to drive membership in our schools up. And here's how we're going to do it. You know, some parents just...
Enrollment, student enrollment?
Student enrollment, yes,
Okay.
sir. Some parents cannot afford the price of sending their child or their children to Bahamas Academy, but they would love to do it. And so we're going to look at that in ASI and see how many young persons we can sponsor or help sponsor, whether it's partial or full, into Bahamas Academy. And when we do that, we know that we may even have to extend Bahamas Academy here in the South Bahamas Conference and in the North.
Okay. That's beautiful. Now, yourself, Ian Greene, you are a building contractor
Yes,
by
sir.
profession. And tell us what you mean. What do you do?
Okay, I'm a general contractor by profession, and basically a general contractor is one that can take a building from ground zero, which means from basement to roof. And we do curbs, we do sidewalks, you name it, a general contractor does it. And there are not many general contractors, but construction is a field that I love. And I've been doing this now for about 20 years as a general contractor. But
And
before
you just
that,
look about little over 20. I don't know how you and your wife work on this, but
By God's
you
grace,
look pretty young.
He's been gracious, and I'm grateful for that.
Okay.
God has been good.
That's wonderful. So, and being a professional building contractor affords you to become a member of ASI and its president, and that's wonderful. So, what is the current enrollment or membership of ASI in the South Bahamas?
In the South Bahamas Conference, we basically restarted last January, and right now our membership is under 200. But here's the good news. We are doing a massive campaign by the end of this month. And we are praying by God's grace at the end of this month we will be well over 1,000 members.
So how do you become a member of ASI? What are the qualifications to become a member of ASI in the South Bahamas?
First and foremost, one must be an Adventist. I'm proud to say it.
Okay.
First and foremost, you must be an Adventist. Secondly, you must be in good and regular standing with the church. How do we find that out? Well, we have to work with the pastors and the elders in every church. And we don't go ahead and investigate you. We basically need the pastor's signature. And where there is no pastor in some district, we need the first elder's signature. And that will give us reference to who you are in that particular church. Now, we have a membership fee, which is an annual fee, and I'm going to make it very simple because it can be a little complicated at times. Mm-hmm. For those who own business, no matter what size it is, medium, large, it's just $300 a year. Okay. For those who are professionals, whether you're a doctor, lawyer, banker, and you don't own the business, but you work in that establishment as a professional, it's $150 a year. And for those of you who maybe your job does not pay as much as those who are let's say like a doctor, for instance, he might make much more than a person that works at a gas station or food store. And their salary may be underneath $1,800 per month. So we're looking at them and we're saying, hey, you know, there's a big difference. So we'll just ask them for $100 a year. And then there's our retired persons who we are actually going to lean on for our backyard farming. We're going to ask them to donate $50 a year in their membership.
Okay. And so you targeting for how many by the end of the year, members of ASI?
By the end of this year, we are praying by God's grace that we have about 5,000 plus.
Okay.
And we are looking to install also, well, actually we've already started the collegiate ASI at $30 per annum. And we are also going to start in short order a junior ASI at Bahamas Academy.
Okay, so you can become a member of ASI.
Yes.
And it's organization has been around for more than 6 decades in our church. And we know that you can be richly blessed. So ASI we have vision, we have some goals that we want to accomplish here in the South Bahamas Conference, and you're just enthusiastic and bubbling.
I'm just excited because we have another project that we're going to bring on stream this year also. It's called an ASI card, a membership card.
Okay.
That card will give you access to all of the Adventist businesses in this country.
Give you meaning a member of ASI.
A member of ASI.
You have to be a member of ASI to get this.
You have to be a member of ASI.
It's a discount card and a power card, eh?
It's a discount card, and it is a power card because it's also an ownership card. Okay. When you bring that card to any Adventist establishment who is a part of ASI, you automatically get a discount. Now here's the good thing. When you bring it to the plaza, because you are an owner, you automatically get an owner's discount.
Okay. Now, I wonder if the viewers gathered that. We want every Adventist in South Bahamas who owns a business to become a member of ASI. You own a business, you own a business, so there's $300 a year membership fee. Then every member of ASI will get this discount card, can go to your business, and they'll get discounts from your business to those Adventist businesses who are members of ASI. And so it goes on and on and on, on and on. And that's exciting.
And one of our vision really is to put Adventists first.
Okay.
We as Adventists, we've been shopping with everybody. I'm not going to call those other folks' names, but it's about time we start shopping with Adventists first. If we put Adventists first, we will find that we will elevate the business persons in our community who are Adventists. And in us coming together and forming the plaza and the credit union, guess what's going to happen? We're going to actually put ourselves first because now we become owners. So when we drive business to the other Adventist businesses, we are actually elevating them and placing them where they're supposed to be. And when they see that, I know we're going to have all the Adventist businesses join because we're going to bring business to their door.
Okay, so we inviting viewers to become a part of Adventist Layman's Services and Industries, ASI, here in the South Bahamas Conference. And if you are in Cayman Islands
Yes.
or Turks and Caicos, you're viewing this, or North Bahamas, join your organization, your chapter there. But I have to put a plug in here for something very important. We're talking about businesses.
Okay.
We are putting together, and I'm sure you might be doing it another way, the Adventist directory online of all Adventist businesses.
Yes.
Now, 12 and 10 years ago, we had it, but we changed site,
Okay.
website, where we had quite a number of Adventist businesses listed in categories that can easily be found. So you're going to be hearing from us for a tiny fee to have your business listed on your telephone directory, listed on a website, which will be a great advantage for ASI.
Well,
So
ASI is also building its website, which can
Good.
come out at the end of the month, and
Right.
we will have a directory also because your membership entitles you to being online with us.
excellent, excellent. So now, there is a theme for ASI that we'd like to look at, and that theme is, what's the theme for ASI?
Christ in the marketplace.
Worldwide, I've noticed it on every website, Christ in the marketplace.
Yes,
So what
sir.
is that all about, Christ in the marketplace?
Well,
And where's this market? The fish market, the conch market, the straw market, the...
it's not down by the dock for sure.
Okay,
The
okay.
marketplace could be by the dock, but it's
Yeah.
not necessarily at the dock.
okay.
Only if I work at the docks, then that becomes my marketplace.
Okay.
But if I'm in a doctor's office, then that place becomes my marketplace. So the
Okay.
marketplace basically is where we work. And when we work, wherever we work, we want to put Christ first.
Yes.
And here's the simple thing about doing that. If you are a Seventh-day Adventist Christian, all you have to do is act like Christ. Christ, whenever he did anything, he did it to the best of his ability. So even though we may be working for somebody as a professional, we still should give them the best quality service possible. And that speaks volume over telling people I'm a Christian.
Okay, and that's so beautiful, that putting Christ in the marketplace, and that would mean your attitude,
Yes, sir.
your availability, your willingness to adjust, your language, could even be your dress, living the sermon, Christ in the marketplace. And you have been viewing around the conference, and we are coming to an end. We have had our guest today, Greene, President of ASI, and we invite you to become a member of ASI. And we thank you for watching today. I'm Barrington Brennan, sitting in for Pastor Paul Scavala. Thank you for viewing.